These markets platform candidates and parties run issue-based campaigns, avoid incitement, ensure peaceful elections, and accept resources legal redress. Let's not take its last years. Join us live on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at the Kuka Center. This monumental event is proudly brought to you by the Kuka Center and PC Center, with support from the European Union under the EDO2024 programs. General Salami GCFR, National Peace.
Hello. 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 I know we are all eager to start this program. As we speak, the Honorable Chairman said you should accept a little patience. We are expecting this General for us to start this program. So please, let's wait a minute. We are expecting the IG, the whole Inec family. We are here. We are expecting this General of Police, and any moment from now when it comes, we are going to start this program. So let's keep waiting.
Firstly, the National Peace Committee announced the signing of the EDO State Peace Accord by gubernatorial candidates and political parties. Thursday, 12 September 2024, at 10 o'clock a.m., Victor Creative Art Facility in Edo State. These accords pledge for all candidates and parties to run issue-based campaigns, avoid incitement, to ensure peaceful elections, and accept results in legal redress. Let's protect Edo State's last years. Join us live on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at the Kuka Center. This monumental event is proudly brought to you by the Kuka Center and Peace Center, with support from the European Union under the EU SDG programs. General Yakubu, GCFR, National Peace Committee. These accords pledge for all candidates and parties to run issue-based campaigns, avoid incitement, to ensure peaceful elections, and accept results in legal redress. Let's protect Edo State's last years. Join us live on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at the Kuka Center. This monumental event is proudly brought to you by the Kuka Center and PC Center, with support from the European Union under the EU SDG programs. General Yakubu, GCFR, National Peace Committee. Greetings.
Hello, is based on senatorial district. There is a costly mistake there. There is a costly mistake there. It's not intentional. It is a typographical error. We have Edo South senatorial district. One is Edo North senatorial district. And the 6 LGAs in the Edo North Senatorial District are clearly written there. Thank you. Tomorrow, of course, is another big day. The signing of the peace accord. All the dignitaries for that program are already in town. So tomorrow we're going to converge here for that very important program as well. For now, like I said, we are expecting the Inspector General of Police. Election without security is nothing, and we want to hear from the Inspector General of Police. So let's still give him some time. Let's be patient as we wait for the IG to come and join us so that we start this program.
Candidates and parties to run issue-based campaigns, avoid incitement, to ensure peaceful elections, and accept results in legal redress. Let's protect EDO2024 National Peace Committee. Greetings to the vibrant people of Edo State from the National Peace Committee. As we approach the Edo State governorship elections on September 21st, 2024, the National Peace Committee announced the signing of the Edo State Peace Accord by gubernatorial candidates and political parties. Thursday, 12 September 2024, at 10 o'clock a.m., venue Victor Creative Art Facility in Edo State. This accord is pledged for all candidates and parties to run issue-based campaigns, avoid incitement, to ensure peaceful elections, and accept results in legal redress. Let's protect Edo State's lasting peace. Join us live on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at the Kuka Center. This monumental event is proudly brought to you by the Kuka Center and PC Center.
I don't start. Look at that, you go block.
Thank you very much. Thank you. May you all rise for the Inspector General of Police as the chairman of the Independent National Network Commissioner, the national commissioners, and all the districts that are here.
Yes, yeah. I make a note.
May I invite the two representatives of the Oba of Benin to please come to the high table. Please, you can take your seats. Now, the media, after taking this initial snap, you clear for people to see. Okay? Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, let me first and foremost say this. I know some persons have come here from about both the Christian and Islamic faith, members of ISIS, the political parties, the candidates, and of course, the media, and then the civil society, and other stakeholders well and fully represented here. You are very welcome to this very, very important program. If the sound system is ready, let us take the third item on the agenda, which is the national anthem. Are you ready, sir? Okay. May you all rise for us to take the national anthem. Thank you. Very much. Ladies and gentlemen, once again I want to thank you for your patience.
for your resilience, for your endurance, for having waited for some hours before the commencement of this conference. We are going into introduction, and the introduction will take this format. I will take the of pieces, and then the political party, the chairman, and then the candidates. Of course, since the civil society community is too large, I'll just tell them to stand up for the chairman to see the number of persons from the civil society community that are already seated here. So let me do justice to the introduction of members of the high table, and the first on my list is, of course, the chairman of this great commission. I'm talking about the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, the #1 electoral officer of the commission, and of course, by extension, Nigeria as a country. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about the chairman of Inec, Professor Yakubu. Chairman, you're welcome, sir. Next on my list, of course, the #1 police officer of this great country. Like I said earlier, we're expecting the IG, and by the grace of God, we flee to Benin safely, and is here with us. So, ladies and gentlemen, may I also recognize the IG of police. I'm talking about IG Olukayode Adeolu Ebeto. IG, you're welcome, sir. Thank you very much. We also have two representatives of the Oba of Benin. The Oba of Benin, a great institution. The Oba is unavailably absent, and he sent two representatives to be part of this program. #1 on my list is Chief Judge Ibie Ekato, the Obasogie of Benin. You're welcome, sir. The next on my list, who is also a representative of the Oba of Benin, is Professor Chief V.O. Ibiniweka, the Osaku Wamba of Benin. Prof, you're welcome, sir. The rest members of the Inec family, ladies and gentlemen, we have the National Commissioner, our own National Commissioner, that is supervising Edo, Delta, and Cross River states. Welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, the rest of the National Commissioners, in no particular order based on what I have here. The next person is Professor Major General Modibo Akali, retired, MNI. Thank you so very much. I also have my own National Commissioner in charge of voter education, information and voter education and publicity. I'm talking about Mr. Sam Olumeku, MNI. Ladies and gentlemen, another National Commissioner that is with us, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about Dr. Baba Bila. We also have the man in charge of affairs here in Edo State, talking about the Resident Electoral Commission. The man superintending and supervising activities, the runnings of Edo State and Edo State. Talking about the Red, Dr. Anubun Wolo, Red, welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, one other conspicuous face we have here in the high table is the man who in charge of police affairs here in Edo State. Talking about the Commissioner of Police here in Edo State, simply the main people. Simply a welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, I also have the State Director of the Department of State Services. The State Director, Department of State Services here with us, Mrs. Maria Ernest. And I also have the Administrative Secretary of Inec, Edo State, Mr. Emmanuel Yakubu. Thank you, sir. Thank you. We also have another CP here with us, the one that is very close to me, CP in charge of electoral matters, CP Larry Okuro, TP1. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, briefly we'll pass the microphone. Let's record. The traditional rulers will briefly introduce themselves, religious leaders briefly introduce themselves, rest papers officers briefly introduce themselves, and then we'll go to the party, the chairman, and of course the candidates, then we'll move to the next item. So let's start from there. Thank you so very much.
My name is Aand. So I have this the Goodwill of about Yakubu. My name is where I have united compassion in order for the missing.
First of Sayran, by you, is looking of Ariama, Oba
Soya Harris. This is a local environment one TP, the honorary of Oka from the Goodwill local government.
Apostle Royal Guru, Director, Camp, Research and Strategy and Planning.
Alhaji Osama Abdulaziz Ibitu, the chairman of the State Council for Islamic Affairs. I am Apostle General Goodwill Maite, the chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Camp, Edo State. Thank you.
I am Reverend Dr. Paul Olivano, President Bishop for the Christian State Commission.
Malam Oromo Abu Ghani, the former Deputy Chairman of the Council of Islamic Affairs.
His Royal Highness, Engineer Emmanuel Oga, the Okupe of Fuga Clan from the South Central Local Government.
Abu Bengal Joseph, Edo State Commandant, the Grand Secretary of Civil Transport.
I am Raymond Yakubu, President Anti-Corruption Commissioner, ICPC of the state. Welcome, sir.
Monza, Matthew Siri Zango, Sector Commander, Federal Safety Corps, Edo State. You're welcome, sir.
Monza, name is Goodwill for Abuja, Deputy Control Operations, representing the Control Operations in the command, the person of Mrs. Philomena and the Human Expert.
Presenting Director, DSS Inec Command. Representing NSCDC, Commandant Inec.
CP Mr. Bala, Commissioner of Police in charge, and Police Unit, among the Chairman Secretary from
I am MC Morning, Controller of Immigration Service, Edo State Command.
Presenting the state International Orientation Agency. I am Salod Osas Isuru, Deputy Governor, ABC.
Good morning. My name is Oberafo David, Governorship Candidate, African Action Congress, ADC. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Dr. Brady Kawaya, Chairman of the President for the Party, Edo State, and the Chairman of the Interparty Advisory Council, IPAP, Edo State.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to say, it's a wrong among my phone, the State Chairman Action Alliance AA. Good afternoon, all. I remain my very sarcastic self, Honorable Ambassador Joseph, those State Chairman Akon. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. I'm the Toro and Goodwill the State Chairman, Young Progressive Party, IPP, and also the PRO of IPAC, Interparty Advancement Council, and the State Chapter.
Good afternoon. I am Akon Nebo, State Secretary, Akon. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Derek Zeno, governorship candidate of the African Democratic Congress in the state. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Honorable Ken Adon, State Chairman, African Democratic Congress, ADC, Edo State.
Good afternoon, all. I'm Honorable Obama Francis, the State Chairman of Action Democratic Party, EDP. Good afternoon, my name is the candidate of APC. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Right Honorable PANELISTS, Deputy Governorship Candidate of All Progressive Congress. Thank you. Chairman, my name is Adams. I do Shumari, Senator, representing NWATCH. Chairman of APC Leadership.
Good afternoon, all. Honorable Charles, the State Chairman.
Good afternoon, all. I am the Sylvester, the governorship candidate of Allied People's Movement. Thank you all. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Chief Finance Leader at the Chairman of the State Chairman. Afternoon, all. Governorship candidate of the President. Thank you. Good afternoon, all. We will not leave Action People's Party State Chairman. Dr. Paul Online is my name, Deputy Governorship Candidate of Action People's Party. Osira Inec is my name. I'm the Edo State Chairman of the Good Party, the candidate of the party, and also the Secretary of IPAC, Edo State. Thank you. Good afternoon, all. My name is Kingsley Omoribe, Deputy Governorship Candidate of the Good Party. Good afternoon, all. I'm Dr. Fred, Secretary of the Party, Edo State. I am Oklahoma KSA Chairman of the Party, Edo State. Good afternoon, my name is Yakubu. The majority of the Canadian Party. Enough of this common, the State Chairman, Social Democratic Party. Thank you.
And I am told you as the baby, I'm Chairman PDP Edo State. Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Aswe Bedale, the gubernatorial candidate for the People's Democratic Party of Edo State. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fred. People's Nigeria People's Party Chairman, Edo State.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am Edith EDO2024, Deputy Governorship Candidate, NAIJA People's Party, NWATCH. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Patience Ndidi Ofariki, Governorship Candidate of People's Redemption Party, PRP.
Good afternoon, all. My name is Aand Mustafa, Deputy Governorship Candidate of Young Progressive Party.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bishop Akalame, PhD, FCSI, the governorship candidate of the ZENITH Labour Party. All protocols duly observed. I'm Dr. Isaac Michael. I'm the State Secretary, SDP Edo State.
The CSOs, please. Wow. Please all listen. That is good. That is good. Thank you very much. Let me say the intention, but by omission, I didn't recognize one of the three dignitaries here on the high table, and of course is the AIG who is covering Delta and Edo State. Sorry for that mistake. I'm talking about IG. Arugwa who is he here, sir? Also, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. It was an error. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, let's move to the next item. We are now into, I think, number 5. Number 5. Please, we are going into the nitty-gritty of this program, so we don't want any distraction. If it is possible, please let's keep our focus on silence so that we can have this program swiftly and then leave here on time. So, ladies and gentlemen, behind all from my boss, the resident electoral commissioner, please very much. You're welcome, sir.
The chairman of Independent Electoral Commission, my boss, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu. I want to take leave to make 2 applications, expertise applications, before I start. The number 1 is that on page 6 of this program, Edo search, the last one should change to Edo North Selectoral District. I believe that my expertise application has been accepted by the chairman. Another one is to adopt the already established protocol. I also have a group that has been accepted by my chairman. The engagement with and support from partners and stakeholders is one of the critical factors for success of electoral process, and it is on this note that I welcome you all to this all-important meeting. It is important to update you on the activities of the Commission here in Edo. The Commission, under the able leadership of Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, published timetable and schedule of activities for Edo State 2024 governorship election on the 26th September 2023. And out of the 19 schedule of activity, we have completed 11. We have engaged and sought the buy-in, confidence, and trust of the stakeholder through regular and periodic consultation and partnership. The Commission has treated all political parties and their candidates fairly and equally in a transparent manner and non-partisan manner in the conduct and the implementation of all the activities in the electoral process. We shall stand firm to defend the independence and autonomy of the Commission in discharging our duties and responsibility as defined in the extant laws and guidelines. The Commission had a continuous voters registration exercise at the 192 registration centers in 18 local governments of the state on the 27th day of May to 9th June 2024. We equally displayed them for claims and objection for 7 days for the 12th to 19th of June 2024. The issuance of PVC at the registration center for 5 days and thereafter we now went to local government area. We are training our staff for purposes of capacity building on election administration and management. We have also done 3 layers training for electoral security personnel. We have also had an engagement and training with people with disabilities. We have received non-sensitive materials from our headquarters and we have also bagged them according to their unit. According to the polling unit in the 4,519 units of the 192 wards in the state, in the 18 local government of the state. I have received some from our headquarters and have also disbursed them to the various local government electoral officers for the vehicular importation of movement, men and men. Funds have been given both in riverine areas, affected riverine areas. We have disbursed funds for grants, preparation and activation. Training logistics funds have also been disbursed. Presentation of voters registered to political party. This is to enhance the stakeholder confidence in the voters register. Also to increase the accuracy of voters register and to increase public awareness of the voters registration process. We have reverse voters education and awareness through instant jingles and announcements and roadworks, radio, television, and regular press briefings. We have tested all our viewers after the flood to confirm all ports and hardware features that are okay. Out of that, we have 3,817 beavers that were recovered from the flood. We have also received beavers from the neighboring states. We have also charged the beavers to ensure that the battery's life lasts through the election. Charging of the power bank has been done. On the monitoring of the political parties, well, only 2 political parties have submitted their itinerary to us, APC and both parties. We have also monitored, we have been monitoring their campaigns. These addresses will not be complete without thanking our honorable chairman and members of the commission, especially my national commissioner supervising Edo State, for the encouragement and support they have been given to us. We also have the security agencies in the state have been very, very helpful. And the NYSC, they are our major partner in this exercise. We thank you. The Commission therefore appeals to all stakeholders to join us in mobilizing all voters who have collected their PVC to come out in mass to vote for the party and the candidate of their choice for the Edo State governorship election come the 1st of September 2024. Once again, welcome all of you to this meeting. I wish you a fruitful deliberation. Thank you and God bless you.
My Honorable Chairman, Inec, please permit me to follow the already existing protocol. I'm delighted to welcome you all to the election stakeholders meeting for the 2024 governorship election in Edo State. Edo State governorship election, which is one of the off-cycle elections in the country, is scheduled to be held on the 21 September 2024. This is in line with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended, and Section 28, 1 of the Electoral 2022. The Commission had a timetable and schedule of activities for this governorship election. There are 13 key activities for implementation, which the Commission has successfully implemented 11 activities. The publication of notice of rules of the Electoral Act, Section 44, which is the 11th activity, was implemented on Saturday, 7th September 2024. The outstanding activities are: number one, the last day for campaigns by political parties. That will be on the 19th September 2024. The date of the governorship election will be 21st September 2024. The Commission is committed to keeping strictly to the dates as detailed in the timetable and schedule of activities for the 2024 governorship election in Edo State. Cognizant to the fact that many pupils have turned 18 years since the last time of voter registration in January 2023, which was used for the conduct of 2023 general election, the Commission successfully conducted continuous voters registration in line with Section 9(6) of the 2022 Electoral Act. In doing that, the Commission updated and revised the register of voters that is not later than 90 days before any election covered by the Act. This exercise recorded a total of 2,629,025 voters registered in Edo State after cleaning up the data using the automated biometric identification system. You may also recall or be aware that the Commission lifted the suspension of permanent voter cards on 29th May 2024. 27th May 2024. All uncollected PVCs were made available for collection during the CVR exercise. In addition, the Commission also scheduled a new PVC collection from 22 to 26 August 2024 at array level and continued at LGAs from 28th of August to 8th September 2024. The Commission will make public the total PVC collected and uncollected at the appropriate time. As part of preparation, the Commission also conducted a mock accreditation exercise yesterday, which is 10th September 2024, testing the biometric voter registration system, the BVAS, and the result portal upgraded at 3 senatorial districts in 6 local government areas comprising 12 polling units. The Commission will deploy beavers in all the 4,519 polling units in Edo State for the election. Trained technical support staff will be deployed to all registration areas, local government areas, and polling units to provide technical support for the groups. Please also note that voters must present their PVCs to the election officials before they will be allowed to vote on election day. The Commission's mandate is to conduct free, fair, credible, and inclusive election. We are sure that the Commission is committed to maintaining a high level of professionalism, accuracy, impartiality, and diligence in the discharge of our duties to uphold the integrity of the process. The Commission once again appealed to political parties, candidates, and supporters to maintain decorum and civility in the conduct of election day come 21st September 2024. Thank you for listening, and God bless you all.
I think, first of all, let me, on behalf of the Independent National Electoral Commission, apologize to all stakeholders and invited guests for commencing the program behind schedule. But it was for a good reason, as we hear from myself and later from the Inspector General of Police. Having said that, let me first recognize the #1 police officer in the Federal Republic, the Inspector General of Police himself. In Edo State, we can't do without you. You are our primary stakeholders. The candidates and their running mates, National Commissioners of Inec, the Resident Electoral Commissioner, Edo State, the Commissioner of Police, and other members of the Inter-Agency Consultative Committee on Election Security Access, other traditional leaders, religious leaders, election observers, I'm happy to see you in their numbers, media organizations, I'm also happy to see you in all your varieties, from television to print to online. Other invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, let me join the Resident Electoral Commissioner for Edo State and the Supervising National Commissioner, Professor Yakubu, to welcome you to this stakeholders meeting. In particular, I would like to welcome the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Kayode Adeolu, to this meeting. As most of you are aware, it has been the tradition that a stakeholders meeting of this nature is convened on the eve of major off-cycle governorship elections, jointly addressed by the Inec chairman and the Inspector General of Police. For me in particular, this is the third time I'm addressing stakeholders on the eve of governorship election in Edo State. I was here in 2016, I was here in 2020, and by God's grace, I'm here today. The purpose of this interactive meeting is to brief political parties and candidates, as well as accredited election observers, the media, and other stakeholders on the preparations for the election. In particular, the Inspector General of Police will address us on security preparations, while I will address you on electoral preparations.
and together we will respond to issues and concerns you may wish to raise. On the part of Inec, active preparations for the election started last year with the release of the timetable and schedule of activities for the election as required by law. Overall, 13 statutory activities were listed, beginning with the publication of the notice of election and ending with the election day. This document has been widely publicized, but as a reminder to stakeholders at this meeting, the list is included in the information booklet circulated here. As you can see from the timetable, and as mentioned by both the resident electoral commissioner and the supervising national commissioner, the commission has so far implemented 11 out of 13 activities on schedule. As of today, only 2 activities are outstanding. The last day of campaign by political parties, which according to law ends at midnight, 24 hours before the date fixed for the election, which will be at midnight on Thursday, the 19th of September. The other outstanding activity is the election day, which, as we all know, is on Saturday, the 21st of September 2024. We have already published the final list of candidates. However, there are 2 adjustments to the list. By court order, the commission has replaced the running mate, the candidate of the Labour Party. Similarly, the National Rescue Movement, NRM, which could not file its nomination on schedule, has obtained a court order to compel the commission to include the party on the ballot. We have complied with the court order. Consequently, 18 political parties are now participating in the 2024 Edo State governorship election, not 17 political parties, as earlier published. The updated list of the parties and candidates is also included in the information booklet that we have circulated at this meeting. Following the conclusion of the continuous voter registration in Edo State and the cleaning up of the data, 184,438 permanent voters' cards were delivered to Edo State. This figure is made up of 119,216 voters and 65,232 verified applications for transfer into Edo State from other states of the Federation or transfer within Edo State from one part of Edo State to another. Cards have been reprinted after corrections of personal details, a replacement of damaged or lost PVCs as provided by law. We have already published the details on our website for public information. On this note, I must commend all stakeholders in Edo State for the level of mobilization, both for the registration of voters and the collection of PVCs. In just 5 days at ward level, over 125,000 PVCs were collected, representing 68.3% of all the new PVCs we delivered to the state. By the time we add the figures of collection at local government level, which ended on Sunday last week, the figure is going to go even higher, and the percentage will probably approach 80%. And therefore, for the first time, we have made PVCs available for collection, but there are no agitations for the extension of time for the collection of PVCs. I must commend all stakeholders for the level of mobilization for the collection of PVCs. As already announced by the Commission, Edo State now has 2.6 million registered voters. And as the National Commissioner Supervising Edo said, and at the REC, I think also mentioned, this figure may appear low in the context of Nigerian elections, 2.6 million. But Edo State has 200,000 more registered voters than the Republic of Liberia. So the election we are going to hold on Saturday is like a general election in the Republic of Liberia. With 2.6 million registered voters, Edo State has more voters than the Gambia, Guinea-Bissau, and Kefat put together. So it's like conducting elections in 3 different countries. In Nigeria, Edo is only one of the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. So in our commitment to transparency, the Commission has made available soft copies of the entire register of voters to each political party fielding candidates in the forthcoming election. In the next few days, the Commission will publish the detailed breakdown of PVCs collected for each of the 4,519 polling units across the state. Meanwhile, all uncollected PVCs will be mopped up from the 18 local government areas and warehoused in the Central Bank of Nigeria until after the governorship election. As you are aware, election is a multi-stakeholders activity. Inec has a role to play, but this must be complemented by stakeholders. The 2024 Edo State governorship election is not just a national election. It is also of global interest. The Commission has so far accredited 134 observer groups, 124 domestic and 10 international. And together they are deploying 1,836 observers across the state. Similarly, we have accredited 114 media organizations, deploying 721 journalists. We have also accredited thousands of agents representing candidates and political parties at the 4,730 polling and collation locations, made up of the 4,519 polling units, 192 ward collation centers, the 18 local government collation centers, and the state collation center in our state office here in Benin. I want to assure you that the accreditation tags for all categories of stakeholders are virtually ready. We will announce the date and venue for the collection in the next 24 hours. Similarly, election duty vehicle stickers are available for collection from our Edo State office here in Benin City. In our engagements with stakeholders at the national level, stakeholders underscored the importance of providing security during the election to guarantee their personal safety, the protection of their equipment in the case of the media deploying expensive equipment, including the outside broadcasting ban for live coverage. And they also demanded unimpeded access to voting and collation locations. The Commission conveyed these concerns to the security agencies at the last meeting of the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security at the national level. We have also discussed the security of our own officials, both regular and ad hoc, for the election, the service providers, such as transporters, and above all, the citizens that will vote during the election. I'm glad that the relevant agencies have given us the necessary assurance of security during the election. We'll hear more, I believe, from the Inspector General of Police shortly. Let me reassure stakeholders that Inec is ready for the election. We are deploying the BVAS machines for voter accreditation at polling units and for upload of results to the Inec result viewing portal, the IREC. Only yesterday, as mentioned by the Supervising National Commissioner, we conducted mock accreditation in 12 polling units across 6 local government areas in the 3 senatorial districts of the state. The purpose was to test run our deployment of technology to safeguard the credibility of the election. I'm glad to report that the mock was successful and the result can be viewed on the IREF portal. But let me quickly add that the machines used for the mock accreditation and the training of officials will not be used on election day. Let me repeat, the machines used for the mock accreditation and the machines we've used for the training of some category of ad hoc staff and the next category of ad hoc staff we are going to train will not be used on election day. We have sufficient machines for the election, which have been configured for voter accreditation and the upload of results distinct from those used for the mock accreditation and training. For the 2024 Edo State Governorship election holding next week, INEC has been open and transparent about our processes. We engaged several times with stakeholders at the national level and here in Edo State. We have made every information about the election available to Nigerians. We have published the list of candidates, the number of registered voters, and the number of PVCs collected. We have made available the locations of voting and collection centers across the state. We have accredited observers and media organizations for the election. We have accredited polling and collection agents and made the details public. Only yesterday, we visited some of the local government areas to assess our own readiness for the election. We have test run, as I said earlier, our election technology in preparation for the election. We are deploying the requisite number of technical staff to address challenges in the field that may occur. We have made arrangements for land and maritime transportation of personnel and materials. We have arranged for the delivery of sensitive materials for the election, and these materials will arrive in Edo State early next week. We will invite political parties and stakeholders for the usual inspection of the materials at the Central Bank of Nigeria here in Benin, ahead of the delivery of the same materials to the local government areas. We are leaving no stone unturned in our preparations for the election, always in consultation with the stakeholders. I therefore urge you to play your own part positively in delivering yet another credible governorship election in Edo State. You should continue to restrain your supporters from violence and other disruptive conduct, and the best way to do so is by the personal example you set as political parties and candidates, both in your campaign speeches and in your actions. Before I conclude, I would like to remind you that tomorrow, Thursday, 12 September 2024, the peace accord involving parties and candidates will be signed at 10 in the morning at this venue. Our respected former head of state, General Abdulsalami Abubakar, will preside over the occasion in his capacity as the chairman of the National Peace Committee. And I learned just before we came in that he has landed in Benin for the program tomorrow. So some of you here may recall that exactly 4 years ago in September 2020, Edo State made history as the first state in Nigeria that the peace accord was signed ahead of a governorship election. I trust that you will honor the peace committee by your presence here tomorrow, and most importantly, abide by the terms of the accord for a peaceful election. On this note, I once again welcome you to this stakeholders meeting for the 2024 Edo State governorship election. I thank you and God bless.
Before I begin my address, I would like to join the chairman of Inec in giving an apology to the stakeholders for starting this program behind schedule. Like the chairman said, it is due to unforeseen reasons and it's for good reasons. The chairman, Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Yakubu, the representatives of the Baba of Benin, the resident electoral commissioner, Edo State, and other Inec federal commissioners are present, the Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 5 Benin, AIG Arungwa Mwasi, the CP Edo State Command, and other heads of security agencies in Edo State are present, senior officers are present, party chairmen, candidates and other representatives of parties, political parties are present, our friends from the civil society organization are present, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is with a profound sense of responsibility and dedication to our democratic values that I'm here today to join our esteemed chairman, the chairman of Inec, Professor Yakubu, to address critical issues concerning the gubernatorial election in Edo State, scheduled for Saturday, 21st of September 2024. To me, the Edo State governorship election that is coming is not merely a procedural event. It is an opportunity for us to reaffirm our commitment to democratic principles, the rule of law, and integrity of the electoral process. Free and fair elections are bedrock of democracy. While it is the responsibility of all stakeholders to ensure that elections take place in a conducive environment, the task of securing the electoral process rests squarely with the police. The Electoral Act has mandated the Nigerian Police Force to take the lead in policing the election, and we are dedicated to executing this responsibility with excellence. As in the past elections, the police will be supported by other national security agencies who will join us in ensuring the safety and security of the electoral process, demonstrating our collective commitment to a peaceful and credible election. We understand the vital importance of our roles in this election, and I want to assure you that we are well prepared to perform our duties with excellence. We will safeguard the electoral process by ensuring the safety of all persons and properties, including equipment that will be involved in this election. We will ensure strict compliance and enforcement of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Electoral Act, the Police Act 2020, the Criminal Penal Code, Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act, and other requisite laws. Crowd and traffic management at all electoral-related activities, political party, convention, congresses, campaigns, rallies, procession, etc. We will provide a conducive environment for the peaceful conduct of credible elections. Our approach to election security is grounded in the principles of neutrality, professionalism, and respect for human rights. We are committed to deploying sufficient personnel and resources to ensure effective crowd management, prevent electoral violence, and address any emerging security issues. In this election, the police will be deploying 35,000 personnel, and this will be complemented by over 8,000 members of the armed forces and other security agencies. In preparation for the election, the Nigerian Police Force, in collaboration with these other security agencies, has undertaken several measures, including conducting a thorough threat analysis of vulnerable points in Edo State to deploy resources effectively, engaging in interagency consultation and collaboration at both national and state levels, performing operational visits by the police election planning, monitoring, and evaluation team to Edo State for on-the-ground assessment and preparation. In the lead-up to this election, the Nigerian Police Force, with other security agencies, will engage continuously with political parties and relevant stakeholders and conduct public enlightenment campaigns for eligible voters and interest groups across the state. Provide robust security for Inec officials, ensure the safe escort of electoral materials from storage facilities to registration areas, centers, and polling units. Secure the state's entry and exit points with military support, and ensure strict enforcement of the restriction order on movement on the election day. The Nigerian Police, in addition, will deploy adequate operational assets as necessary for this election. I once again assure you of our unwavering neutrality and the neutrality of all participating security agencies. Our commitment is to a free and fair election, ensuring a level playing field for all candidates. Our personnel have been trained to carry out their duties with professionalism and impartiality. Our loyalty lies with the Constitution and the people of Nigeria. To the political parties and the candidates, I urge you to adhere strictly to the rules and respect the electoral process. Let us collectively foster an environment that upholds democratic values and honors the will of our people. I assure the residents of Edo State that we are fully prepared to safeguard your safety and security throughout this electoral process. Your right to vote is sacred, and we will protect it. I encourage you to come out in large numbers to exercise your right, confident that our extensive deployment is intended to ensure your safety and integrity of the election. I take this opportunity to warn all potential troublemakers contemplating disruptive actions to abandon such intentions. The security forces will not tolerate any form of political thuggery, violence, or hooliganism. Any attempt to undermine the electoral process will be met with swift and decisive action. Moreover, I want to emphasize that the management of election security solely the responsibility of the Nigerian Police Force and other national security agencies within the ISIS. This responsibility does not extend to quasi-security entities or non-state actors. I hereby direct all local security apparatus within Edo State to refrain from interfering with election security functions. Any individual or group engaging in unauthorized security activities will face immediate arrest and prosecution. In this regard, the activities of Edo State Security Corps, which has been suspended, remains suspended until further notice.
Region.
Movement of persons and vehicles will be restricted from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. on the day of election. All oddities and escorts to VIPs will be withdrawn on the eve of the election, with alternative security arrangements provided across the state. At this junction, I would like to highlight some of the actions that will constitute offense on the election day. The Electoral Act 2022 as amended in section 124 makes it an offense for any person who knowingly votes or attempt to vote in the constituency where his or her name is not in the register of voters. Any person who knowingly bring into a polling unit during an election a voter's card issued to another person commits an offense. Section 125 also makes it an offense for any person to act or incite others to act in a disorderly manner. Section 126 prohibits any person at the polling unit or within a distance of 300 meters to canvass for votes, solicit for votes, persuade any voter not to vote for any particular candidate, shout slogans concerning the election, persuade any voter not to vote, be in possession of offensive weapons. And I want to repeat this. It is an offense under the electoral law for any person to be in possession of any offensive weapon on the day of election. This should be noted by all and sundry. I urge political leaders to please warn their supporters, because any person seen with offensive weapon on that day of election will be treated as criminals and not as voters. No person shall intimidate any voter or wear symbols of any party on the day of election, snatch or destroy any electoral materials, use any vehicle bearing color or symbol of any political party, loiter without lawful excuse after voting or after being refused to vote, blare siren. Section 126(2) also makes it an offense for any person to convene or attend meetings during the hours of polls, or make official announcements, or wear any badge. I want stakeholders to take note of these acts that constitute these electoral offenses and use it to warn their supporters to adhere strictly to the rules of this election. In closing, I thank you for your attention and cooperation. Together, let us ensure that the Edo State Governorship Election 2024 becomes a shining example of excellence in our electoral processes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You have heard from the Inspector General of Police. He didn't mince words.
But most importantly, the Palace of the Oba welcome our visitor, the Inec Chairman and Inspector General of Police. As we all know, the Palace of the Oba is not partisan. But however, the Oba pray that whoever emerge as the winner of the Edo State Governorship election should take note that the top priority should be the development of Edo State. To ensure that we drive Edo State to the apex of achievement. Having said that, we also want to appeal to INEC to conduct a free, fair, credible election, and the security operative to also ensure that the safety
of properties and lives in Edo State should be their top priority also. We pray that God Almighty and our ancestors, we shall have a free, peaceful election come September 21st. I thank you all for coming, and I pray that God Almighty, in line with our ancestors, guide you to your various destinations. Thank you. Go back up there.
I want to say I observe all protocols as earlier done by the very great dignitaries that we have here this afternoon. Once again, my name is Dr. Greg Minoya, Chairman of the Party Advisory Council, Edo State. I also double as the Chairman of People's Redemption Party, Edo State. This is about the second time the National Chairman of Inec is coming to Benin for this very purpose, ahead of the elections. In the last meeting that we had very fruitful discussions. And I remember what I highlighted as what IPAC stood for as far as elections are concerned, is that we are begging and asking for a very peaceful election. To a large extent, IPAC Edo State was planning a peace summit, which we have collapsed into a larger peace summit sort of conference by our national body, IPAC. On the 13th of this month, the national chairman of IPAC, Alhaji Dantale, will be in town. And we also have a program similar to this where we will expect all stakeholders to be present so that we all talk in Georgia ahead of the elections. I have this very strong belief that, and conviction too, that elections are not only democratic if they are just free and fair. Elections are truly democratic, they are free, fair, and peaceful. It is for no reason, and it is not justified by enemies. For example, for us to kill people that we want to administer. So this is a passionate plea from IPAC as a chairman to ask that all political actors should try as much as possible, as appealed and asked by our leaders here, that we should conduct ourselves on the day of elections in a very peaceful manner. Pre, during, and post elections. Of course, we must try as much as possible, and that is what IPAC stands for. We are all members of IPAC, so to a large extent, IPAC is non-partisan too. So we must try as much as possible to ensure that this election is peaceful. Of course, the national chairman of Inec has also shown by his body languages that is truly committed to a peaceful election. Same thing with the IG from what he just said now. So IPAC Edo State and IPAC National, we are joining voices with them to say, please, this election must be peaceful. And to also ask that by every means, this election must be free and fair, so that at the end of the day, we will have a truly free and fair and democratic election that will bring up somebody that will actually be freely elected to administer our state, Edo State. So my goodwill message is to beg everybody to please join hands with Inec and the police to ensure that the election is peaceful. Thank you very much.
The chairman of Inec, the Inspector General of Police, is permitted to stand on the ST protocol. I want to thank the Inec for this gathering, and in fact, a series of events like this have been held, all for to show that we have a peaceful election. I want to also use the opportunity to thank all the various candidates that have shown interest in serving the state, and it is good because the interest you have to serve the state. I pray that at the end of the day, Almighty Allah will give power to whoever you want to give power to. So we all know that not everybody will do this election. At the end of the day, some will win and some will lose. Election is not war. For those that have that may not be able to get it now, they should know that there are more days ahead. So we should not be fighting ourselves or killing ourselves, because if you cannot win today, you can win tomorrow. God give power to whoever you want to give power to. It's not by force. So all the efforts that the government have put in place, especially the Inec, to make sure that there's a peaceful election, it is good that we should not allow to go to be in vain. So even as we are here, whatever message we get here today, it is good that we should also take it down home, because not everybody will be here now. So at the end of the day, everybody will have a peaceful election. Thank you for the audience.
Good afternoon, Chairman of Inec, Mr. General of Police. Please permit me to adopt the existing protocol. I bring you all very warm greetings from the Christian Association of Nigeria. I want to thank Inec for this gathering. It's a very good one. We have had the readiness of Inec for this upcoming election. We've had the arrangement in place for a peaceful election by the Inspector General of Police. They are very good talks. And if these things that have been said here are carried out, we can look forward to a peaceful, a credible election that everybody would be glad about. So we encourage every voter to exercise their franchise, go to the polling station and vote, and be sure that the person that rightly deserves to win is the one that is announced as winner. We will continue to pray for, that's what we do best in the Christian Association of Nigeria. We are men of God. We continue to pray for a peaceful, credible, and fair election. An election that will lead to the emergence of a candidate that will rule with the fear of God, a candidate that will rule with competence, with character, and with compassion, so that the people of Edo State will rejoice. We are looking forward to such a fair election, and we are praying that officers who have spoken to us today will do what they have said they will do. If they do that, election will be peaceful. And we want to encourage everyone to look forward to such a peaceful election. Thank you very much, and God bless.
My very distinguished National Chairman of Inec, the IG, the chiefs seated here representing our Royal Majesty, the Oba of Benin, the security chiefs here present. I want to thank all the chairmen, all the leaders of political party here present, the civil society, religious leaders, and all the sagacious leaders here present. My very candid advice is this. Election, this very particular election is not do or die. As political leaders, we are to what? Play by the rules, not to burn the states. If you burn the states, who are you going to govern when you are elected? The very particular thing we must do, let us play by the rule. And every factors that will bring peace to the state is very, very germane to us. Today, our expectations, my national chairman of INEC, please, political parties must be addressed early to abide by the rules and not to burn the state. The way it is going now, we are our saddle with responsibility of making sure that this election will be free, fair, and credible. That is what we are telling INEC, the umpire, to please let us conduct this election to be free, fair, and credible. And that is our stand. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All protocols of them, and so therefore we do the ADC candidate for the 2024. Brief comment. My brief comment to this stakeholders meeting. First of all, I want to thank Nigeria International Electoral Commission, Nigerian Police Force, and all the bodies that have put this meeting together to address us in preparation for the EDO2024 elections. I want to say that we know that INEC have been organizing fair and fair elections for a very long time now, but I urge
INEC this time to make Edo elections to be the freest and the fairest we have ever known in Nigeria in this year 2024. And the state has been developed recently with cases of intimidation by members of several political parties, supposedly from the same and I want to say that the security agencies should be seen into action. A lot of us have been intimidated time and time again, and with pride spoken. I hope this will be a clarion call for us to please to come to our aid and assist some of us, so we can have a free and fair election. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everybody. My comment in this meeting, first of all, I appreciate INEC. Key stakeholders. But majorly, I'm afraid, because of what is happening in Edo regarding the police arresting some of my party members. It happened in Yakubu. Arresting them is not a matter, but they should charge them to court so that, I don't know, the police commissioner is here, the IG is here. Please, we act on that because we cannot continue deceiving ourselves. We cannot continue. Because if we are saying we are sending peace across tomorrow and the IPAC as well next tomorrow, and the thing is not peaceful, please, the IG should act on that. Those that are arrested should be taken to court.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the opportunity to speak. I am Osai the ADC governorship candidate. I have 3 key points I'd like to just touch on briefly. The first one is security. We know clearly that the system, the quality is heated up, and there's no doubt about that. I just want to lend my voice to the security services that we should create the necessary environment, as we promised here in Nigeria, for people to exercise their civil rights without fear or favor. And that those who are spoiling for the fight should sheath their swords, knowing that there is a good show of force to that effect. The second one is directed at the political parties, my fellow contestants. Edo State is ours, it's our proud state. We must conduct ourselves in a responsible way. Our rhetoric should be toned down because it has an impact on our followers. We need to sheath our swords and ensure that the polity is calm and our state is safe for free and fair elections. The last one is to INEC, their national chairman. We have seen the last elections. People have rightly or wrongly said various things. I have my views, but herein lies a very unique opportunity for us to make a statement. I know technology can be very challenging. We need to ensure this time that everything works freely and fairly. And I want to put a challenge to the Independent National Electoral Commission that this election, the Edo State election in 2024, should be the only election that is not challenging the courts of law. We are tired of judgment of people being elected at the courts. I pray this is conducted and the technology works freely and fairly and is conducted effectively to give us the best candidate that will serve our people. Thank you very much.
All protocol will be observed. We are happy for the preparation so far from INEC. We'll be following up from the registration in 8. We have no reason to complain. As I heard just now when the Majara said that ESS has been suspended, but I want to draw his attention to the fact that remain suspended. This group was suspended when they attacked our candidate at the airport and the policeman was killed. This group was suspended when they attacked us in Yakubu. I am sure that is what the other party, because they have affiliation, we will carry out the operation. Did it. Then they were suspended when they attacked us in the circumstantial. And somebody was shot, one of us was shot. And they were suspended when they attacked us in the southwest. It's been a series of attacks, And we said it from the beginning when we had the first meeting with the INEC chairman, and the commissioner of police was there, and we drew their attention to the fact that they are using that security network to make people and even shoot at people. So we want to draw the general police attention to the fact that if they are suspended, they should ensure that they are suspended. If not, it will be difficult for us to watch them and see them shooting at us. So I want his attention drawn to it so that if they are suspended, certain steps should be taken to ensure that they are not suspended.
I want to thank the NWATCH chairman for this gathering, and the police IG. Our major concern is the security outfit in the state. We want the IG and his men to do something more about the security. Then those days, last election, we have so many security outfits. So many of people. We are doing this video to appeal to all the security agencies to do the best, to do their best to make sure that this election is peaceful, credible, so that we want those states to be proud. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. All your remarks, I need. Deputy Governorship candidate for APP. Thank God for all that Aand have said today. I'm looking forward for a proper election. Our party believing that it's going to Aand conduct a proper election. If they are not going to say, if you are aggrieved, go to court. Number two, not just binding the security network that is the issue. One of those who are the tigers and the lions. I want the police, Inspector General of Police, to look into it properly. There are political security hands that are already threatening the peace of Edo State. Please let the DSS do their work thoroughly, and they will know that until we have peace, election will not go properly. Thank you. Next.
Of course, we go to the topic of security. As if that question was not prepared by one for now, but I want to a bit bring an emphasis to it. I am not particularly talking about of any suspension of any group of an agency, but I am particularly looking at the shootout that happened within the precinct of the airport environment sometimes ago in those states. I do not know who was shooting at me, but there was a shooting. What has been done? What's the police doing now? Has anybody been arrested? Is anybody prosecuted in that direction? I'm saying this more emphatically because the IG laid out certain rules right now and told us in emphasis that this election will be handled very dexterously. If this is a factor of social disorder that we are not informed about what steps have been taken so far, what are the guarantees of assurances that we can have this election will go on as spelled out in the letters? Furthermore, as a second question, which is INEC, is as of today, are PVC still being connected? If PVC are no longer being connected, there are situations of PVCs that are not being produced because some of the information we got on Sunday for those who went there immediately was that, oh, your PVC had not been produced. Please leave your phone number, we will call you as soon as you're ready. So I wish that the INEC chairman and the IG help us put alignment to this question. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tony Azebeli, and I'm the chairman of the People's Democratic Party in Edo State. the national chairman of INEC, permit me to stand on all protocols of governance practice. As a party, we believe that the INEC chairman portrays with his name that he means well and he wants to organize a free, fair, and credible election. From the programs and the innovations we have brought today, you cannot agree with him. I, Mr. Chairman, as a party, we wish to draw your attention some major concerns that we have, which we believe that we need to put office to address before the 21st of September this year. Number one concern. There was a recently concluded exercise, which was the recruitment and the training of SPOs. That exercise, Mr. Chairman, has been skewed to the advantage of the political party by the Electoral Commissioner of Edo State. People that did not go for training, people that did not attend training, about 30 of them have been squeezed into that list from a very notorious state that elections were not properly conducted. Secondly, many of those people on that list are using fake ID cards from NGOs and government institutions. Mr. Chairman, we demand that you please scrutinize that list and make sure that anybody being appointed and testing really has the proper document and that they are not from that particular South state of this notorious for election. Second concern, Mr. Chairman, is the attempt by the resident electoral commissioner to relocate established coalition work centers across the state. Example, Esako West, local government. We have it on good authority. And there's a paper circulating as we speak that the resident electoral commissioner of Edo State and the people that have altered the work coalition centers in specific words, but several specific, from a primary school that has been there on NWATCH website to another place which is close to the house of an APC chieftain. I gave you a set or seven. There are at least 4 other ones in such frustrations are incompleted. I will look at it and take the decisions that needs to be taken. Number 3 concerns Mr. Chairman. Would you consider instructing the National Electoral Commission supervising Edo State? And because of our confidence in the record of this state, the administrator to sign the world coalition chiefs from ECAD for this election. Because we get it that those elections are all over the place, printed and given to a particular political party. Mr. Chairman, you know there are many of us that perception matters. That is not what you say that matters, it's what you do that matters. Respect that you will adhere to people, address this concern so that your integrity, your approach to getting things done in a proper way is not undermined by people on you. And as rightly said, that the Edo State offset election is all over the place. The world is looking at us. We have no excuse not to be quiet. We cannot say elections are taking place in all 36 states of the federation will overstretch. This is just what we do. We do only 2.6 million voters. We believe that the INEC chairman will do the right thing. Now, for the police, as a party, we have not seen a partisan Nigerian police as under this idea. We are so disappointed. And I'll tell you what. Before the 17th of July, Edo State were very peaceful. All the parties had conducted their primaries, everything was peaceful. People were going all over the place with that. Nothing happened. Until that unfortunate incident at the airport, and all hell has been led. The Nigerian police has been so biased under this idea that I have a long list of my party members that have been arrested in a Gestapo style. They break into their homes, take them out of their homes, they don't tell the wives and their lawyers where they are. People are taken to Abuja at 4 a.m. in the night. Who does that? Under democracy. I won't read out of this. I just pick a few people that are being harassed by the police. Lucky, I think. First of all, Master, Francis Debeneke, Dr. Kelly Debeneke. These are all people that the police are attempting to arrest and they are harassing. There are people that are in the custody of the police for almost 2 weeks. Will you believe that? Then 2024, Nigeria, you arrest somebody in the night, you take it to Abuja in the night. 2 weeks, the people are with you. You are not charged to court. I don't just get it. And I will wish to remind Nigerian police that this is settled. This is settled. And the blood of those that are built in the beginning of the 16th century still flows in our veins. Those who have been arrested and are dealing with police for over 2 weeks are Noel Matthews, Amos Tom, Osi Imojimi, Kingsley Usaon, Kehinde Okorotu, and some others. Why do the police not charge them? Why did they not do that in the middle of the night as they are criminal? The third group of people that the police under this identity, this partisan identity, is harassing and have been declared them wanted by the police. Dr. Kelly, he is the chairman of the Sound of Business. Emmanuel Oroto, Moha Harun, Luke Elodi, Festus, and Gabriel Omohela. What we have seen as a political party is that the police is within the police rights and jurisdiction and power to invite or arrest anybody. However, we are saying other doing that follow what the law says also, which is do investigation and charge this report. You cannot, under this dispensation, under the democratic dispensation, hold on to people that do not have access to their lawyers, do not have access to their families, their children, their wives are crying every day. And we hear very much earlier in the day that you promise that you will deliver, that is what everybody expressed. Finally, this one is so pitiable. A guest was appointed in the military, and the house was hosted in Ovia's house. 1,000 BBCs to uncover the seed that person has. The people that went to report the case and those that were busted, the police invited everybody and took everybody. When the attention was drawn to that fact, said, okay, we'll look at it and see whether we can use all of them at the same time. Who does that? You are arrested for complainant and the people that PVC is listening down. And you think we, as a political party, you say you're not biased. You are very biased. For us, as a political party, I wish to state that we are very ready for this election. We don't need them from anyone. What we will not allow is for anybody to think that a law is any other state. It is not, and it will never be. Thank you. Thank you very much.